my beauties. So I am going to try something new today. By the way, hi, welcome. My name is Raven. I wanted to try something new. I'm still going to talk about mental health sometimes. I wanted to also do some true crime every now and then. It's not going to be a set schedule because I don't want to really get burnt out. Like I've always said, I don't expect to get YouTube famous or any of that on here. It's really just an outlet for me and just something I want to try. It always seemed fun. Why not? Let's just see how this goes. Let's just try it. So today I wanted to talk about a nurse that interested me a little bit. I've always been interested in nurses, but this one in particular interested me. And his name is Joseph Dewey Akin. I keep wanting to call him Atkins, but it's Akin. And the reason he interested me is because there's two different parts here. It's been said that he has had over 100 victims, but there's also said over 18 victims. But this story's gonna be like all over the place because I can't find like a lot of this stuff, and it's been so irritating for me. I can't just But the investigators believe he's had over 100 victims, but hospitals were just thwarted them, like hindering the whole investigations and stuff, which kind of understandable, because if you believe a nurse is going and killing people, that's a lot of lawsuits on your hands there. Like, a lot of lawsuits there. But he did get convicted for one, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I know he got let go from one place because he can't get along with people. He could not get along with people to save his life. But he had a huge hero complex. And my ADD, I tried writing notes, but I'm all over the place with this stuff. I'll get better at it, I promise. But like I said, this is just how I word vomit, how I let things out. But he couldn't get along with people, so as far as I know, one or a couple places had to let him go. He just could not get along with people. He was so detested where he worked. Just could not get along with people. And he was licensed in Georgia, but just this dude, oh my gosh. This dude, wherever he worked in the facilities, so many code blues are where the hearts just stopped. So many, no matter where he worked. Even if these cases were not life-threatening where he worked, suddenly the people would go code blue. Even if they were not his patients, they just went code blue. And then, so many heart medications just went missing. Out of nowhere, like 4 different heart medications went missing. And his method of murder, come to find out, was lidocaine. That was his favorite, was lidocaine. Like, really? Really? So he got away with it so many times, because it's so hard to convict, because how are you going to prove that someone killed with that? Like, how can you prove that? Even if the patients weren't life-threatening before, here comes Joseph Akin. Like, boom, suddenly, code blue. He rushes in, somehow saves them. Most of the time saves them. A lot of them, well, a lot of the times they weren't savable because he just fucked them up and killed them. Like, really, dude? Really? Just because of a hero complex? And I remember seeing a documentary on it on Nurses Who Kill on Netflix. And I knew his name sounded so familiar. And I'm like, why do you sound familiar? Why? Why do you sound familiar? And then I remembered it, and I'm like, makes sense. Just, ooh. Like, dude, what is the point of that? Really? Just, and I'm getting irritated because I know this video is just bouncing everywhere, and I'm already gotten to the point, oh, he kills, he murders. But, like, I tried researching his background. I couldn't find anything on his background, and it's like, this is freaking irritating. I couldn't even find the month and day he was born. I just know he was born in, like, 56. That's as far as I got. And, like, I'm so irritated with this. But I, like, done notes, and I mean, I wrote, as you can see, I wrote a bunch of notes back and forth. Like, so many notes all over the place. I even downloaded an app so I could help with the notes. But he was a Code Blue junkie, so he loved hearing the monitors go crazy. Damn, my notes are just falling everywhere now. But he loved hearing the monitors just go crazy during a Code Blue. He loved hearing the sounds of the alarms as a person was going Code Blue, as they were dying, as their heart was stopping. He loved the sound of it. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you. But he didn't care if they were male, female. Anybody would do. Anybody. And there was one woman, I think she came in with a migraine. Or no, she went to a dentist. And something had happened. I think she came in with like a migraine or something. And then all of a sudden she didn't feel right. And she went Code Blue. Because he wound up being her nurse. Like, that was a wrong time to come in, apparently. Wrong time to come in. Like, no. But no, this dude, oh my god, this dude. But he was suspected in killing over 100 people in a decade in over 20 different facilities. 20 facilities in over a decade. Like, really? Really? Y'all suspected it that long? And y'all let it go on that long? Like, I would have taken away his license. I know it's not that easy. I went to school for it, but I know it's not that easy. I'm over here, like, just take away his license. It's fine. Take it away. Go away. But he was suspected of it in 2 states. In Georgia, I was about to flip off the camera. In Georgia and in Alabama. And he was convicted in Alabama of a death. He was finally convicted in one of them. It took long enough, but it finally happened. Because in one of them, there was a juror that had said too many people placed him at the scene of the crime, and what was it? I wrote it down. Verbatim. Too many people all placed him at the scene of the crime, and nothing he said to explain it made sense. End quote. And it's just, and this dude had so many trials for it. Like, it was crazy how many trials he got. Because one, a juror went in already convicting him. Like, in her mind, she didn't even give him the benefit of the doubt, which you kind of have to do. She just automatically went in like, oh, he's guilty. Like, he's guilty. And then another one, a juror had to get taken out because something had happened. And I think he was sick or something. So they had to do another trial and replace him. And then they went from doing 15 years to the point they gave him death because the trial, it was just so publicized, and the fact, like, shit was crazy. Shit was so crazy. But with the one he was convicted of, what was his name? Robert Prince? Yeah, Robert J. Prince. 32. Quadriplegic. He was quadriplegic and he wound up killing this dude. Robert was, not Joseph. Robert. Robert was quadriplegic. And pleaded guilty to manslaughter. Like, really? And after 3 mistrials, pleaded guilty. And was sentenced 15 years. Was in jail for 6. Somehow got the death penalty. And Prince's assigned nurse testified because this dude wasn't even supposed to be near Prince at all. Prince was the victim, and the assigned nurse, what was her name, Marion Albright, was like, I came back from a lunch break and he was walking out of Prince's room and would not let me go in the room. I don't know why he was in there. He was not supposed to be in there. And I was like, the fuck? Like, dude, you were not the attending nurse. You were not the assisting nurse. There was no reason for you to be in that room, especially if this nurse did not ask you to be in that room and you were supposed to be nowhere near this room. No, like, there is no reason for you to be there. No, like, fuck you, dude. But so many people were just like, it doesn't make sense why you were there. And everything you're saying does not make sense on why you were there. So, you guilty. And then his freaking attorneys were like, okay, all this stuff is just not making sense. What did they say? They stated that initial cardiac arrest was because of blocked ventilation tube, and that amount of lidocaine found in his body was given to him when the emergency team was trying to save his life. The defense also pointed out inconsistencies in nurses' testimonies and hospital records, as well as the fact that the Prince family was billed for the lidocaine. They were billed for the lidocaine. So it's either the fact that they gave him so much lidocaine to try to save him, or the fact that they billed him for the lidocaine to save face. Like, they falsely billed to save their own asses because someone fucking killed him with so much freaking lidocaine. The fact that this dude was convicted for killing him, for killing Robert Prince. Joseph Atkins was convicted for killing Robert Prince. That this hospital falsely billed his dude's family for this much lidocaine to save their ass for their nurse killing someone. Like, no, I would have sued their asses. Like, no, that would have been, I would have been one rich bitch. Fuck that. No. No, ma'am. No. We ain't playing that. No. I think that was a cover-up. In my opinion. Allegedly. In my opinion, I think that was a cover-up. Because hell to the no. Hell to the no. And in the end, it only took 1 hour and 2 votes. It took 1 hour to convict this dude. It took 1 hour. And all they did was put his hand on his face. As soon as he was convicted, he just went. That's all they did. That's all they did, was just put his hand on his face. Like, okay. Okay. He appealed twice and was granted a retrial. And then 2 months before his retrial, before his scheduled retrial, he pleaded guilty. Really? Really? Why? Why appeal it if you're just gonna plead guilty? It makes no sense, dude. Like, really? Okay. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Fucking stupid. So yeah. That's all I got right now about Joseph Dewey Akin. Fucking stupid. So, I will see y'all when I see y'all. Sorry for getting heated. Hope y'all enjoyed it. So.